Good morning, everybody. My name is Dylan Taylor, and I'm going to be talking to you guys today about Nuuk, Greenland, situated on the icy Arctic Circle near the North Pole. Being that we are near the North Pole, don't be surprised if we run in with Santa Claus this morning, and you guys can tell him everything you want for Christmas. I surely will be. Alright, today I will be talking about Nuuk and how its climate, geography, economy, and the city's attractions correspond to the rich cultural background of this city. I think it's, so important to learn about Nuuk, Greenland, or pretty much any other city in order to expand our cultural knowledge and just appreciate the cultures, customs, and traditions of other countries outside the United States in order to appreciate and be more familiar with their inhabitants. Alright, today I first want to talk about the history of Nuuk. It was first occupied by the Paleo-Eskimo people as far back as about 2200 BC, we're thinking. And then you had Eric the Red in the medieval times. Around 1000 BC, he later resided here and eventually conquered it and explored, and he founded it. 1720, Claus Paris, he formed missionaries in Nuuk, but they were later just driven out by a severe smallpox epidemic that eventually killed Paris in 1734. And then a few hundred years later, there were other missions such as Lichtenfels in 1748 and Frederiksdal in 1824, but they were eventually swept out as well by poor living conditions, poverty, and just extremely cold winters. During World War II, in 1940, on a more modern note, the city was reestablished, and today, a third of the population, just over 15,000 citizens, are living in Nuuk, Greenland. Now, the climate has a very cold climate, very cold winters, long winters, and cool summers. Sunshine is few and far between. In April, Nuuk averages around 240 hours of sunlight. In December, more like 0 hours of sunlight, and I'm not kidding. Absolutely no hours of sunlight in December on average. 7 months of the year, the temperatures are below freezing, which is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and Nuuk averages around 30.5 inches of precipitation for the whole year in rain and snow. Alright, and the geography in general. It's the world's largest island closest northwards to the North Pole. It's also northeast of North America between northern Canada and the islands of Iceland and Svalbard. Alright, it's covered by a large ice cap. It has a maximum length of 1,660 miles and a maximum width of 750 miles. It's a very long island. It also consists of many jagged mountain ranges, very treacherous terrain, treeless slopes, and large glaciers. Very rough terrain, to say the least. Now I'll talk about the economy. Fishing is the primary occupation of Nuuk's inhabitants. The city is highly dependent on exporting fish and other sea life such as shrimp, salmon, and cod. And farmers are also plentiful in the area, raising sheep and reindeer. And just in case Nuuk is in a financial crisis, it actually receives a lot of its financial aid from nearby Denmark. Tourism, on the other hand, is pretty limited, only counts for a very small percentage of the economy, and transportation is very difficult. Very rugged terrain and ice, therefore there are few roads, and traveling by ship, dog sled, or helicopter is extremely common in the area. On a last note, the tourism and attractions, hiking on ice sheets is very popular in Nuuk. And you have the Greenland National Museum, which houses ancient artifacts including ancient kayaks, ancient Eskimo clothing, and many other special exhibits from way back when. Also, whale watching, other wildlife watching is very popular, such as humpback and minke whales. And you can also find the occasional orca, the killer whale if you get lucky even. You have the Nuuk Stadium, and lastly you have the Herrnhut House of the Moravian Mission, which was housed in the 1700s. It looks like a giant red barn. Alright, how was it? Today I've shared my information over the city of Nuuk in Greenland and its interesting atmosphere to complement it. I hope that you guys learned a lot over the foreign city of Nuuk, Greenland. You learned about its early history, its climate, its geography, its tourism, and its economy. Now, do you think that it's an enjoyable place to visit on your next vacation? For once, let's just pass on the sunny beaches of Florida and travel up north to experience a completely different type of culture that will be forever frozen in your minds. Alright, and I hope you guys, once again, you learned a lot over the culturally rich city of Nuuk, Greenland. I was so pleased to discuss this city with you, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Have a great day, guys, and thank you very much.